Hey everybody, back at it again. If you guys follow me on Instagram, excuse me, you'll know that the office is going through a big overhaul right now. This desk is going to be moved up against the main window, and that window is huge. It's like probably 7 foot by 3.5 feet. So this desk will be sitting in front of that window. I will have optimal light, not only from the sun or from my wonderful lamps here and from the camera, but I will have my sun during the day. The sunlight works wonders for filming. I love having the big windows. That was like the number one thing that was the seller for this house, was the huge gigantic windows. And the fact that it's a 1940s home with original vintage fixtures. But moving on. So where I'm standing right now, I'm literally like squished up against the desk right here, and behind me is the new little like cheapy table I put in from Walmart. So I'm basically sitting on it, just about sitting on it. But anyway, I'm working on the video of the overhaul of the craft room. It will not be a time lapse. It's just going to be short intervals of all of the steps going through and moving everything. Right now I've just gotten to the corner behind this desk. Eventually it'll wrap around and take over the whole room. I don't have the funds right this second, obviously, to put in the IKEA shelves, the 9 foot by 8 foot shelves that I want to put in, but it's coming, especially with all your wonderful blessings. Now I know you guys are like, dude, just show me the journals. So this is the custom order that Debbie Oodle ordered, and it is beautiful. She follows me on Instagram and Facebook, and she's constantly giving me all of her love and support. Thank you so much, Debbie. You are amazing. And she's ordered multiple journals. So when she contacted me when I mentioned my triangle journals and said she wanted a custom and said purple and girly, well, I obliged. It's not frilly, excessively girly, but it's definitely girly, old-fashioned, like French Rivera Pompadour, very, very beautiful, very, very feminine girly, if that's what you're thinking. So I picked this beautiful brown and purple fabric. This was literally like the last couple of pieces that I had. I have a piece or two that's like this size that went into another triangle mini or a micro. So you're not going to see this fabric anymore unless I get really lucky and find it again. Of course, I did like this really pretty like purple paisley. I threw in the wallpaper that I love a lot, and I distressed it with purple ink. I have had a couple of these. They're not metal, although don't they look gorgeous, and they look exactly like metal. They are paper. I think I only have like I saved them all down to just one of each, and I'm gonna photocopy them so I can use them in a couple other projects. I'm not sure what other or where they came from. I literally had them given to me out of a bunch of yard sale stuff. So, and of course we got our coffee stain cheesecloth here. All of my coffee stain products are archival. So, if you guys are worried that they aren't gonna last, they are archival, they will last. I had to throw this underneath this fabric to reinforce it and make it a little bit stronger, and make sure that since it was such a thin strip, that there would be more contact with the fabric. And I'm glad I did, because it came out beautiful. I just dressed up the edges of the fabric too to give it that extra added touch. And I had fun with the nail file buffing up the edges of the paper. Took a long while and got lots of dust off of it. So it was almost messier than it was worth, but after I was done and getting to see the finished product, I mean, isn't that just, it's gorgeous. It looks so pretty. I love the way this journal sits too. It's just, it's so fun. So And of course you open it up. I distressed the edges of the purple with brown, and there's only a few brown ones, and I distressed them with purple. Unless, you know, you pay attention a little bit, it kind of looks all brown. So the purple ink kind of gets swallowed up in with the brown ink for the edges, and the brown gets swallowed up in the purple pages. Vice versa for the full length pages. I did go back and get some more of this because I cut down what I had for miniatures. So I had to go and get a large pack and was able to add in this beauty for the front and back mounting plates. And of course I signed it and dated it, and this one is beautiful and ready to go. Now for the lovely Miss Han. She is the lovely lady who won the giveaway. I just finished the last piece that is going to go in, and this along with this set should be ready by Friday. Well, this is completely ready, but I like to mail out on Fridays. It's just convenient for me, and sometimes I get a lot, sometimes I get a little, and wasting gas every day to mail like one journal sometimes can be a hassle. Hopefully here pretty soon I'm going to be getting a weigh station and a printer to be able to start mailing from home. That way I can get them out the same day if possible, if not the next day. Sometimes I will do next day. It just depends on how crazy my week is. And no joke, I had a dude come in, look at the electric panel, or two guys. I've had a bunch of other things go on this week. So this weekend when I finally sat down, I said, you know what, I'm just going to take a breather and woosah. And that's kind of why I'm kind of sticking to the shipping on Fridays for that very reason. It's because I don't want to get too stressed out over this, managing, you know, a couple of different jobs and the YouTube channel and all that. I want to keep myself from stressing and keep you guys happy as I can at the same time. So this is going to be really cool, and I want to start making a couple of them. So it's got, I used some of the leftover Christmas tissue paper to cover the spine. If you couldn't tell, it's got rivets here and here, and it's got elastic. Isn't that fun and interesting? Yeah, well, let's pull the elastic back where it belongs. So it was made from a manila folder, and I covered the back with coffee stain paper, kept it simple, so you can like write notes on the back if you want, what projects or what stuff is in here, you know, what it's for, or you know, you could just write little notes on here to be fun, decorate it how you want. Added the same plate as this one on the front. I think it's gorgeous, with some coffee stained whatchamacallit, cheesecloth. And of course I added this paper and distressed around all of it. I'm in love with these kits right now. I've got quite a few of them going on. So I threw in a bunch of my scraps, and it's kind of like, I think they're called flowish junk journals. So it's kind of like that. You got a piece of elastic right in the middle, and I'm going to start making these, and I think, and listing them on my Etsy shop, because I like how convenient this can be for storing your scraps to where they don't get too overwhelming. And they're so pretty. And I put a pocket here for, like, you know, the littler pieces or some of the prettier pieces that you don't want to fold. Like these, they're little, and you know, maybe you want to keep from folding them. Or like this really beautiful gold piece, or this handmade paper with pretty flowers in it. And of course a piece of this wallpaper. You know, maybe that's something that you just don't want to fold in half. So there's a little pocket on the front. And then I put on a piece of vellum here. And it is permanently mounted with them whatchamacallit thingies that I finally got to use my crocodile on. Oh, this one's shifting around. Well, it's not supposed to, but either way, the elastic will hold it in place. You can even, I might just get some glue and dab a little bit of glue on it. I think that one I had to punch the hole a little bit bigger because it was giving me issues. And of course, here's a piece, here's another piece of that beautiful handmade paper, and which, by the way, I did not hand make it. I purchased it a long time ago, but I do know how to make handmade paper. I literally did it in high school, and I haven't done it since, and I've been wanting to do it. So hopefully this summer I'll be able to get out into the shed, get things organized, and be able to start also making some of my own handmade paper. I would love to start doing that, and I would love to be able to feature that for you guys. Of course, here's a piece of my curtain, that lovely curtain that I've used in almost everything, so I figured I'd send it out to someone. And some of my beautiful papers and my coffee stain, you know, I probably should have threw some colored papers in here. I didn't even think about it until I was done with it. I did it a very vintagey style. I am very sorry about that now that I think about it. I can't remember if I threw in some colored papers in there for you or not. But I know she is in Australia, so now that I've thought about it, I need to throw in a few pieces of colored paper. So here is all of these wonderful scrappy pieces, some vintage book pages. So you will have all of these lovelies, and I'm not sure if you have any of this paper in Australia either, or if you have different papers than we do. So, oh, these are kind of wee in there. I guess we're gonna have to, well, this one I want to fold and put in. It's big enough it can be folded. That one kind of fell apart, so these I'll stick in the pocket. There we go. See, that pocket is wonderful, don't you think? I thought it would probably be a good idea, you know, just in case. Alright. So you have lots of lovelies going on here. And I definitely hope that you enjoy every single piece of this. I definitely had so much fun making it, and I think these will be so much fun to feature in the Etsy shop, especially, you know, if people just want to try some different colors and they don't want to buy the entire paper pack. And here lately, no joke, those huge gigantic printer boxes that are like, I swear they're almost 2 feet by 8 inches, I have almost completely filled one of those right now with my scraps. So I think I'm going to make a couple of these when I get some time and possibly list them in the shop. If I don't list them in the shop, actually this is kind of how I want to start storing some of my scraps. I think it would be really organized and really great. Just get one of these, like these bins like this, and see, look at that. It fits perfectly in there. So you could have like a couple of them stacked in there perfectly. You could even use, like, these are my favorite little bins to use also. I get them from the 99-cent store. I actually need to get a couple more of these because they fit perfectly in here. So you can like slide them on a shelf and they're easily organized. But, you know, aside from these, this would fit perfectly in here as well. You know, maybe just throw it in a bin like that. If you want to do like a junk journal startup for a friend, that'd be great for, you know, maybe buying a basic for a friend and then throwing in one of these scrap kits, or, you know, just buying a regular journal or a simple journal for one of your friends and throwing in a scrap kit. If you guys want a tutorial on how I did this, please let me know in the comments. It was not very hard, and I can definitely do a tutorial. So, it probably won't happen, well, maybe Friday. Maybe Friday. Unless I get a couple other projects completed before Friday. If I do not, then I may do a tutorial for you guys on this one on Friday. I hope I haven't talked too much. It's already been 14 minutes. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I have training tomorrow and excess work stuff going on, so I probably won't do much working on journals at home tomorrow. I'm going to be busy little bee, and I think I'm also going to be taking down the twin-size bed in the office. It's time for it to go. Alright, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I'm headed to bed. Bye!